Great. No, Jomaine, not trying. We're never trying. You are. You're working towards getting your first placement, not trying to get your first placement. You're working towards getting your first placement. Do you have a client already in play? Or are you, how are you working towards getting your first placement? That's awesome. Thank you, Ramona, for the birthday love. I appreciate you. Tiambe, my week is going great today. I'm strictly working on my business, so I'm feeling overwhelmed. So you popped up right on time. Don't feel overwhelmed. Hey, Constance, this is your time, my love. So what you put out is what you get in, right? So if you're feeling overwhelmed, you're going to get that. So I want you to shake it off, jump up and down, do some jumping jacks, come back, and I want you to shift your mindset as much as you can into I'm blessed. Things are always working out for me. Everyone that I talk to is going to be a connection for me either today or tomorrow. I am excited that I am my own entrepreneur. Let me utilize some of these resources Dee didn't put together or that the world has put out there for me. Honey, no reason to be overwhelmed. Just do your thing. This is your time. Hey, Sydney. This is your time, and nothing is holding you back but you. So yes, that's right, Lynette Teller, Jomaine, you got it. You do. It's yours, right? So no need to feel overwhelmed. Get excited about your business. Get amped up about y'all. Y'all know I start pumping my fist, get fired up about your business. And let me tell you, everything will start to flow to you in the manner in which you Jason said I'm a D-Libra. I'm just telling you this from trial and error. Trial and error. Whenever I'm stressed out about something, it doesn't flow properly. But when I get amped up, I get fired up, and I just know it's gonna work out. Oh my gosh, I just did. Y'all know I'm really into the law of attraction, and I was watching something. I was listening to something the other day, and I wrote this little thing. I haven't posted it yet. Here it is. Expectation. Do you guys know what the definition of expectation is? This was awesome. This is the best definition I've seen. Expectation is desire and belief in the same place. Expectation is desire and belief in the same place. I'm going to repeat that again. Expectation is desire and belief in the same place. You desire to win in your business. That's one thing. But do you believe that you're going to win in this business? That's another thing. You put those two things together and now you have expectation. And when you have expectation, that's when the universe really starts to kick in. That's when it starts to kick in, because you know without a shadow of a doubt, you know this thing is going to work, right? And you desire it to work. It's a burning, fueling. I can't even get my words out. I'm telling you, I'm amped up. It's just this burning desire that you win, but at the same time, you know you're going to win. So it's like a burning desire, but you already know it's yours. That contract, the guy called me back and said, let's get our attorneys involved. Let's get our attorneys involved. It's time to get this contract on the table. He'll have the contract by Wednesday. It's a burning desire, but I already know it's mine. And in the meantime, another guy called me from New York and said, hey, Dee, I'm ready to get started. In the next week, let me ask you a few questions. Can you get a proposal to me? Burning desire, but belief in knowing that it is my time. That is my expectation. So I want you to have expectation. I want you to repeat that. Expectation is desire and belief in the same place. Jomaine, you got this thing. Hello. Hello. It is yours. You just have to have that desire, and you have to have that belief, and you have to have it in the same place. And I'm going to tell you, anytime you've ever wanted something, and you really weren't sure, but secretly in the back of your mind, you already knew it was yours, that was expectation. So think about that car. When I got my first Mercedes-Benz, and I'm going to tell you, Okay, I know I'm not supposed to share. Okay, I'm taking a lot of time and I apologize. But when I first got my first, so many of you don't know my story, but I was a teen mom. And I remember being in Baltimore and seeing on Pennsylvania Avenue, these people riding in these Mercedes Benz. And I was like, I don't want to live in the hood. Like, what are they doing? What can I do to live the lifestyle that they're living? So it was kind of like a long dream of mine to get a Mercedes Benz. Now, girl, I don't have many, but it was my dream. So when I had my first, when it was time for me to get my first Mercedes Benz, I did not know whether or not, I knew it was mine because I had already manifested it, right? I had desired to have it. And in the back of my mind, I believed that car was mine. I really did. But the thought of me actually driving a Mercedes at that time was like a little overwhelming because it was just like, oh my gosh, like this is a Mercedes, right? And so but in my mind, I knew. So I go in there, I'm like, okay, I'm going to sign off. And when I signed the contract, signed the deal off and pulled off that lot with that Mercedes, you couldn't tell me nothing. I was riding down the street, windows down, just waiting for somebody to say something, realize later, don't nobody care but me. But it was a good learning experience. But my point is even though I felt a little nervous about it, or there was a hint of insurity, at the same time, 100% knew that Mercedes was mine. 100% knew that it was mine. I had already I've known it for years. You understand what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with this business. You have to just know without, nobody can tell you different. I'm going to use another example. Jesus. Okay, now many of y'all follow me on Facebook on my personal, so y'all know how I feel. But many people believe that Jesus is real. That is their belief. You can't tell them nothing, no different. Is nothing you can say to them to lead them to believe anything is different. Same thing with Allah or Buddha or whoever, right? That is how you have to feel about your business. Hello, can I get a high five, somebody? Can somebody give me a high five? Can I get a thumbs up? Can I get a heart? Can I get something right there? That is how you have to feel, just that level of conviction. That level of conviction that you have around that topic, you've got to have the same level of conviction around your business. And you just know it, right? And then at the same time, you still have that desire going. Like, I cannot wait. This is going to be exciting. Like, oh my gosh. So it's just like all like chiming in, you know what I'm saying, at the same time. And then you have your expectation. And then Lynette said that then you can have high expectations. You know, that's when you live in confidence. That's when you just know, you can just walk and just know things are always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. My expectations are high. My desire, my belief are walking face to face. You know, and that's when you kind of get into that space. So I know that was a long motivational moment, but I just want to share that with you because I don't want you to feel overwhelmed per se. I want you to take control. This is where the real work comes in that Christianity talks about, that Islam, or I hope I'm saying it right, talks about, the Judaism talks about, that, you know, with all these religious faiths, that's the real work that they're talking about. The real work is controlling your mind, controlling your emotions, and living in that space. You understand? And so I want you to take control of your energy, of your feelings, of your mind, of your space. And I want you to say, you know what? Clean slate. No more overwhelming. No more. That's not what it's, I have the power to change how I feel right now. And if you have a hard time shifting, I want you to just start thinking about something that makes you happy. Think about the babies. Watch a quick funny video. Lynette sent me this video. Oh my gosh. I was in my bed cracking up laughing for at least 20 minutes. This video, this lady was parking. I don't understand her thought process. I almost got sad for her, but I was laughing at the same time. But you've got to find some, the greens, beans, potatoes. I laugh at that every time I see it. So find something to shift your energy. And when you get into that good space, now you go for it. You go into your expectation mode and you go in with positivity and believing that you can do this, that everything is working out for you, and that this is your time. Woo! High five. Woo! High five. All right. There we go. Woo! I love it. I'm fired up, y'all. I'm fired up. Okay. Constance says, this is your business. You can take a 5 or 10 minute break when you need to. You're able to give yourself permission to do so. Yes. I love it. I love it. Hold on one second. I missed the messages. Oh gosh, people are sending me messages. Hold on. There was somebody else who said, Lynette says, tried to do some regrouping so I can bring 27 in right with Nurse Hub. Oh, I love your name. Awesome name. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, Lynette said my desire and belief are walking on the right and left of me. Hello. High five. Constance says, you can do this. Success came to me when I consciously decided where my path should begin and where I wanted it to end. If you are still trying to convince yourself of your own worth, how can you? And now she's about to break it down. Come on now, Constance. I got to give her some love on this. Here she go. If you are still trying to convince yourself of your own worth, how can you possibly persuade clients that you have expertise and abilities? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. There you go. Can I like this one? Can I like this from here? Whoa! I can like it. I like that. That's exactly right. Now, I didn't want to say that because I didn't want to come off too hard. So thank you, Constance. I didn't want to say that. But that was one of the things that I think that I always want to ask staffingpreneurs to say they have a hard time with business development. It kind of baffles me because I'm thinking if you're passionate about your business and you know what you're selling your solutions, you're selling people solutions, how can you be nervous about business development? People are nervous about things that they don't understand and that they don't know. But you know your business. You're passionate about your business. How do you think I'm able to talk to people about recruiting and staffing? I'm passionate about it. There are things that I don't necessarily know, but I'm passionate about it. I can talk about it, right? And then you learn along the way. So she just said $1 million. $1 million worth. That was the girl, preach it. That's all I can say. She did that thing. So you've got to, if you're passionate about this business, there is no fear. And I mean, people say there's fear. You feel the fear and you do it anyway. So I get that. And yes, I agree with that to some degree. But at the same time, the passion should outdo your fear, or it should fuel the fear for you to do what you need to do to make the business work. So just get in your business, love your business, love on your business, love in your business. Pick up the phone, talk to people, go to networking events, networking with people. I was meant to get a shout out to Steven Walker, and he said to me, D, I got a job order for a physician's assistant. He said, and that's not in my pipeline. He said, but I remember what you told me, and you said, hey, Michelle, thank you. He said, you said go to networking events and to put positive energy around it. He said, so I just got dressed. I went to this networking event, and I'm walking past this guy who has a uniform on and a badge, and the title under his badge was nurse practitioner. And the guy asked him something along the lines of, what are you doing here? Or something along the lines of that. And he said, I'm here looking for you. And he ended up submitting that candidate to the job. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. That's putting that good energy out there and receiving it right back immediately. All right. So I love you guys. Y'all know I get amped up. Now y'all know my workout is going to be even more sparked on fire because y'all got my feelings. Y'all just got me brewing over here. I'm very excited to see you guys on Wednesday at 7 p.m. for the Q&A call.